What's going on, YouTube? I'm AGV King Raw, and this is AGV Webisodes. Today, we're going to be talking about J. Cole. Last night, he came to a crowd of 52,000 people at the Dreamvillefest, and he wanted to talk about where he's been mentally for the past 10 years. He then proceeded to talk about the 7-minute drill track and how he did something super lame and corny and how he felt like it wasn't the right move. He then talked about Kendrick Lamar and said, told his fans, like, who here thinks that Kendrick Lamar is one of the best rappers to ever touch a mic or whatever. Like the fan just agreed. The crowd of 52,000, like I said, agreed. And then he proceeded to say that he apologized. To who he apologized is the question to me, because I don't think, personally, how I took it is it doesn't seem like an apology to Kendrick Lamar. Personally, it seemed like more of an apology to himself and more of an apology to the fans themselves. Because one thing that I'm starting to realize is that there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. And when you don't have the conversation, then there's a gray space, and that gray space gets thicker and thicker. But there's a disconnect between, one, the internet, two, the fans, and three, the people who's personally having those conversations. See, I personally think that this was a apology to the fans because he wasn't apologizing for what he said. He was apologizing for the fact that he said it. So if you know J. Cole, like if you know about his bars, if you like listen to him like a lot, you'll know that one of his bars is what was that? Well, it's not necessarily his bar; it's what he put in one of his songs, and he put in the that president. He was like, "Oh, fool me once, oh, fool me twice, oh, fool me can't get fooled again. Fool me one time, but shame on you." But yeah, you know what I'm talking about now. But like I was saying, basically, what he was doing with that, with the apology, was exactly what he did in that bar. Because what Kendrick Lamar did in his diss track on Future song, on Metro Boomin song, uh he did the same thing years ago on Big Sean's song Control. And I don't know if y'all paying attention, but Big Sean just dropped the album the same time that Metro dropped this album with Kendrick Lamar. So it's like he kind of trumped Big Sean twice. I don't know. But yeah. So what this is the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is that I think that J. Cole was apologizing to the fans. Why? Because I feel like he got played twice. I feel like he got fooled twice to create a conversation about something that wasn't that important. And I think that the apology was based on the fact that the whole diss track, the whole diss track, the whole 7-minute drill was based on the whole 7-minute drill was based on facts. He didn't raise his tone. He didn't use a crazy beat like a Lex Luger beat from Waka Flocka. He didn't go like over and beyond with the bars to the point where you couldn't really understand what he was saying. He gave it to you on a silver platter to Kendrick Lamar. See, this is why I say it's a disconnect between the fans, the internet, and the people who's actually in the booth. Because we wouldn't be talking about Kendrick Lamar right now. Half the time, where do Kendrick Lamar be? We wouldn't be talking about Kendrick Lamar if it wasn't about the fact that he what did he do? He jumped on that song with Baby Keem, and it was like, oh, excuse me, I'm not to the party. That whole song. Oh, what is that? Hillbillies. Hillbillies is something, but which was the same song, which, well, anybody say it was the same song, but it's basically the same song that Drake just put out. I don't even remember what that song was, but it's the same song. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but if you do know what I'm talking about, drop it down in the comments. But if you even agree with anything I'm saying, or if you even understand or putting two and two together on my whole conversation, drop that down in the comments. Because I ain't even gonna lie, I be seeing a lot of people that be talking like dumb stuff, and they be like, "Oh, bro, you don't even know what you're talking about." But I don't be wanting to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm speaking on is my personal opinion, for one, and for two, if I'm wrong, correct me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect. I'm a human being. I love you, but God love you more. You get what I'm saying? So I don't never trip. I don't got nothing to complain about. Like I'm sitting there making videos. And I'm on YouTube talking to y'all. Listen, it's all love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. But I ain't got really nothing to worry about. But like I was saying, this is the conversation. I think it was an apology to the fans because fans, which is I'm one of them. I like because I'm a fan. Like I rap and stuff like that, but I'm a fan as well. You know what I'm saying? I was before I was born, and you know what I'm saying. I wasn't in no booth, so it's like you become who you are, but that ain't who you have been. That's not who you. You get what I'm saying? It's always more to it. Let me get back on track. So like I'm saying, uh, with this J Cole situation, I think he apologized to the fans because he got tricked twice. It's like he got duped twice. And it's like when he said the apology, he said specifically said, he said, if he said, I didn't really mean to say any of the things that I said. And he said, if my dog really felt that way, then I put my chin up. You can get one on the chin and I'll hold my chin out. You get what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter of what he's saying is that I'm not going to keep rapping with you doing the same thing. And it's like a horse with a carrot in front of the face. And it's like, oh, I'm going to throw all these out. And then somebody going, that's exactly what the control verse was. Like, if you think about it, ain't nobody bumping that verse no more. Nobody's bumping that verse. This is the fact of the matter. This is the point. Nobody's bumping that verse. Kendrick Lamar is not on TDE no more. Kendrick Lamar is Kung Fu Kenny. He's one of the top 3. He's one of the best rappers in the world right now. That's not the point. The point is that who's the most relevant? Drake is the most relevant for 1. J. Cole is the most talented for 2. 3, Kendrick Lamar is just one of the only people that could do that Busta Rhymes type flow and still make you vibe on some songs. So he has the supporters. But when you really want to talk about it, J. Cole is number 1 because of the talent he got there from bars. Drake is number 2 because he has bars, but he's a commercial act at the same time. 3, Kendrick Lamar because of TDE and he's strategic with his plans. So that puts him to the top. But in all reality, Kendrick Lamar is not as talented as Drake or J. Cole. You get what I'm saying now? Is it starting to, I don't know. Is it starting to make sense? Is it starting to make sense? Because when you think about it, like really, I don't know if I'm just talking out my neck, get in the comments, say whatever you want to say, please. I appreciate it. Like, cause y'all be running y'all mouth, and I feel like I don't know if I'm wrong. Tell me, cause I remember somebody had told me about my seat in my chair, and they was like, "Oh, bro, your little footstool is upside down." I appreciate you, whoever did that, cause I turned it back around, and I was looking like, "Damn, how did I even notice that?" Sometimes I don't read the manual. I be trying to put stuff together without the manual, cause I don't know, man. I look up to Nikola Tesla. So I be trying to put stuff together without people telling me what to do and like trying to see if I could. Let me get back on topic because ADHD or something like that. This is what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying, get in the comments and let me know. Because personally, I don't think this is an L on J. Cole's part. I think what J. Cole just did was play the trump card instead of getting duped again. Because you got to think about it. Kendrick Lamar is not, I'm not saying he's not relevant, but Kendrick Lamar is not present in rap or hip hop right now. Like right now, he's not really, look, Playboy Cardi is more influential and he's more noticeable. Not even Playboy Cardi is more popping than Kendrick Lamar. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When did Kendrick Lamar ever get on you got to pay attention to what he's doing during the whole show. He brought out Dirk and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just got my little dog a Grammy." Who did Kendrick Lamar ever get a Grammy? Do you see what I'm saying now? Like, cause If I'm still wrong, if I'm still wrong, get in the comment box. Tell me, please. But what I'm saying is that when did Kendrick Lamar ever get somebody a Grammy? That's not even a conversation. The conversation is look at Drake's career, J. Cole's career, and Kendrick Lamar's career. Look at how many features J. Cole does for 21 Savage, for Lil Yachty, for who, bruh. Every feature that J. Cole get on, it goes up. Even Gucci Mane is calling J. Cole for a feature. Who is calling Kendrick Lamar? Other than people from the West Coast. Like, I'm not even trying to be a bad person or seem like a negative person. And this is exactly how I feel right now. Is exactly how I know J. Cole felt when he was on the stage. And he was like, you know what? I want to apologize. Because the simple fact of the matter is that you can't compare the two. J. Cole, it's like, bro, he said he's just getting in his prime. You gotta pay attention to the mountains that you're comparing. Kendrick Lamar is like here to a J. Cole that's like here. You gotta really think about you gotta think about the comparison. Cause Kendrick Lamar gets a whole bunch of awards. Don't get me wrong. He does. He gets respected for all he gets accolades for all his stuff. J. Cole never gets any trophies for anything he does. But when you really think about it, who's the bigger artist? If Kendrick Lamar is such a homeboy, and if Kendrick Lamar is such a friend to J. Cole that people think, then why is it that Ab Soul is on the album Might Delete Later? When who does Kendrick even get on the song with? When you hear J. Cole say, I'm not afraid of no one-on-ones. I ain't ducking no fades. Who does Kendrick getting on the song? Matter of fact, the only feature I know that I've heard about from a Kendrick Lamar, like for real, like the real deal, it was one that didn't even get released. And I don't know if you know about that song by Kendrick Lamar, but it was before he even got on, and then the other person who paid him for the feature, he tried to block the song from getting released. He didn't even want the song to get out. But it's like, why would you do that? And not to mention, even TDE, Top Dog, ran down on bruh and tried to fight him and do a whole bunch of lawsuit stuff for the song not to get out. So I'm just saying, man, like, bro, you're not gonna. This is one thing I realized. Like, girls really want you when they think they can get something out of you. So it's like, it's the same thing with guys. Like, guys really want you when they feel like they can get something out of you. I understand it. So why can't y'all? So what am I saying? What is Ross saying? What am I saying? Why would J. Cole respond when he knows that you didn't pulled the same coat over his eyes before? Why would he respond? And then now it's going to be a continuous battle, just like with the control verse. So what if Big Crit would have responded? What if Wale would have responded? Matter of fact, because Kendrick Lamar said in the control verse, Kendrick Lamar said Andre 3000. He said the only people he can be compared to is Andre 3000, Jay-Z, and whatever. And then he said the rest of y'all, I'm not even worried about y'all. Then he started naming, rest in peace, Mac Miller. He started naming Drake, J. Cole. He started naming in that same breath of Drake and J. Cole, he mentions Meek Mill. He mentions who was it? ASAP Rocky. Why would you mention ASAP Rocky And why would you mention ASAP Rocky? ASAP Rocky, bruh. ASAP Rocky's a rapper. Yeah, he's a rapper. But when we talk about tiers, even ever in life, ASAP Rocky has never been on a tier that you can be like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole, ASAP Rocky. What, are you dumb? You can't do that. Bruh, that don't even sound right when you hear it. That's not the same wavelength. Like, bruh, like, and I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about influence. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about bars. I'm talking about songs that actually are songs. Like, I'm talking about songs. Like people that create music that's just like, and ASAP Rocky makes some good music, but we not talking. It's not the same thing here. It's not the same thing here. Like ASAP Rocky is a commercial brand like Drake, but he's not a Drake because he's not that he's not that what do you call that, marketable. Like he's marketable, but he's not in certain areas. He's not as well rounded as a Drake. Like Drake can do more stuff in more arenas, and it says you get what I'm saying. But if it, look, all I'm saying is that I don't think Drake. I mean, I don't think J. Cole was wrong for apologizing. I think J. Cole was 100% right for doing what he did. I think that the reason why he did that wasn't about Kendrick Lamar. And I think personally, the reason why he did that was because knowing that you stab somebody, you can do a drive-by, right? That's what Kendrick Lamar did. Kendrick Lamar got in the car with Future and Metro, and he brrr, brrr, and he did a drive-by. And he was like, whoever get hit with a stray, they get hit. That's exactly what he did with the Control verse. So J. Cole, it's like, I don't think he's looking at it like how everybody else looks at it. Even Kendrick, I think Kendrick set him up for the alley-oop, right? I think that's what he's doing. And I think that's why Drake didn't respond. And I think that's why J. Cole is bowing out of that whole ordeal because it's